Hello, thank you for joining us. Make sure that you join us on our streams and also get onto social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're talking about TV3 Ghana. And today we're here to talk about technology, and it's the effort of Ericsson across the Middle East and Africa, and now having great presence in Ghana. In fact, they've been having that presence for decades now. And I'm here to speak to some great personalities. We're talking about the president for Middle East and Africa for Ericsson, Fadi Faroun, and then we also do have the head of people. In our terms, we're talking about the human resource, and we have Senna Ericsson, and also responsible for networks for Ericsson, Middle East, Africa, is Shafiq Trabolsi. Thank you, all of you, but first goes to you, Fadi. Now, with the way technology is moving and all the things you've seen, not only with Ghana, but also the continent, do you think that you're meeting that objective that you have, not only in Africa, but also Ghana?
Yeah, I mean, it is well-known fact that Africa has a very young and dynamic population, right? And we can see this easily translating into the adoption and usage of mobile-based services. People are not only using the smartphones to speak to each other, but more and more, obviously, to access the internet, send emails, switch, different types of photos with each other, and so forth. And we can see today that there's almost 5 gigabit per month per user on an average of a smartphone user here in Africa. And that is only slated to increase up to, in 6 years from now, by 2028, we forecast up to 18 gigabit per month.
And you know that development across Africa is largely rural, etc. Now, if let's say, users want to go, apart from what they're doing, the announcement that 5G is going to be critical, how is that going to be, 5G?
Yeah, I mean, today, many countries across Africa are going through an incredible uptake of 4G services, as we call it, right? And they're having more and more access to the smartphones that are becoming more and more affordable, and are really opening up the door for all types of digital-based services. You mentioned mobile money as well. Mobile financial services is really innovated here on this continent and enabling everybody, even those who are today unbanked, to have access to such financial transactions using the electronic wallet to send money and funds to friends and families. So all of that is supporting the productivity of the society as well as enabling equal opportunities for all. And of course, technology never stops. So yes, as a technology leading company, we look at the next phase, which in this case is 5G, right? And 5G will enable consumer with even stronger performance of the network, higher throughput and others that will open the door for more advanced services. Maybe a few years down the road, we will see different type of devices, more looking like glasses where you can have augmented reality. If you're watching, let's say, a football match, you can see superposed on top of that, different types of data and information, or any types of entertainment, right? So for sure, technology will always come and offer both enterprise and consumers fewer new opportunities.
For you and the partners that you have, you take a look at the work that you're doing. What gets you excited, gives you the hope that you are getting there, and that Africa, as well as Ghana, is also being carried along?
I mean, when it comes to technology for Africa and Ghana in specific, we are here. We are developing specific products for the African market in order to ensure that the consumers and the service providers are happy doing the services that they want, and the consumers are getting the quality of service that they need. We're developing specific rural solutions, for example, that we can roll out to increase the coverage. We are developing radios, new ones with extremely, extreme power efficiency, basically. From generation to generation, they keep improving, extremely competitive. And this is all in line with our sustainability targets, but also in line with operating costs for the networks and the ever increasing inflation and cost of, power and so forth.
Now, Sena, there's something critical about the potential that we have. We have a young population in Africa, etc. What's the whole objective for Ericsson to be able to leave its footprints by way of technological transfer and also impact?
Ericsson has been present in Africa for quite a long time, and it is one of the areas that we see as a talent hub in the world. We're very proud of our development programs, where we developed young talent all across Africa and make them senior managers, not only in Africa, but all across the world. We have an exemplary new graduate program where we had recruited hundreds of African talent throughout the years. And we're proud to say that we are one of the companies with the deepest footprint in Africa from a talent perspective. This is something that we're very proud of. And we're really looking forward to growing more talent from Africa into Ericsson. This is critical for the societies that we have business in, and we have every intention of growing our business through the great talent of Africa, and of course, including Ghana.
And if you take a look at the continent we have education spreading, etc. Does it mean that, well, the younger ones also have a say by way of that collaboration with tertiary institutions and the educational institutions on the continent and in Ghana?
Absolutely. I mean, the telecom is an industry where we are, experiencing, especially in Africa, a demand increase that is staggering. In terms of the usage of data is increasing 100% folds. We can give you some information on this. We issue actually a report on increase of data. So my colleagues will send you the exact details. But the demand is there, and obviously the equipment has to be there to respond to this demand. And in Africa, the essence is the continent is so big, multiple countries, totally different from one to the other, and the need for solutions to increase the coverage is also there. And this is where we were rural and on the capacity in the cities to cater for this increase of data usage that the African consumers are actually needing.
Ericsson's efforts, especially decades of being in Africa, having the presence in Ghana as well, has meant that you are in a position to make a certain determination on policy, etc. What's that level of collaboration you have on the policy side as well as on the industry side?
Sure, Ericsson has been active with technology on the African continents for more than 100 years now, which is really fabulous just to think about it. Of course, of more recent times, and when it comes to mobile technology, we work very, very closely with the service providers, the operators in each countries. We support them in, providing equipment, technology equipment, solutions, services, so that we can build, parts of these networks together. They, on their hand, are the ones who operate these networks and launch these services. We also have a great collaboration with different government institutions, such as regulatory bodies, who support the telecom industry to grow. We are very proud to have signed 2 such collaboration agreements. One was the Smart Africa Digital Academy, SADA, where late last year we were given the opportunity to offer upwards 100, public policy senior officials education in the latest of what's happening in the technology, be it on 5G, cloud, artificial intelligence, or machine learning, so that they can, better come forward with clear policies that support that telecom industry. The other one is with the African Telecom Union, where we have an MOU together, the ATU, where we published a set of recommendations, again for the regulatory body, on what are the best practices that we've seen around the world in order to create an environment where operators are able to fully invest in the networks and offer as much as a great coverage and great services for the whole country.
Now, thank you for watching this as well. So it's great initiatives by Ericsson. They want to provide 5G, collaborating with their clients as well as interfacing with the policymakers by way of government in Africa, but particularly Ghana as well. We're having some great interactions. We hope you've enjoyed it.